Namaste and warm welcome to the challenge number 7 where you are going to learn how to identify the top challenges leveraging NLP and machine learning. My name is Madan Upadhyay. I am helping the project manager to transition their career into RPA and AI without having any coding experience. So let's get started now and let's try to understand the context. What is this challenge all about? Murthy is the head of service delivery and managing one of the support function that has front office, middle office and back office. Every year he gets approximate 3 lakhs tickets and every month approximate 25,000 to 30,000 support ticket that includes incidents, service requests, etc. and etc. And the channel of this entire ticket comes from the different verticals. Sometimes it comes from email, mobiles, from self-service portals, it diversified and humongous applications Murthy is handling. So this is fantastic. Murthy is really futuristic. He's a technologist and always is driven by solving a complex problem. So now he has a vision. Murthy wanted to double click the problems. He wanted to drive the digital transformation, double click the problems and reduce 30% of the support tickets in next 9 to 12 months, reduce the overall MTTR, that is resolution time, and the objective of this driving overall digital transformation, Murthy wanted to improve an exceptional customer experience. But what is the challenge? What the challenge Murthy is facing? Let's try to learn here. And this is the challenge for you as well. So the challenge here, what is the problem? Where is the problem? Where to go and attack? If no problem is visible, slapping the technology, slapping the AI, it's not going to help. And Murthy has a strong conviction that first we need to identify the pain point to apply 80-20 principle to go and attack the problem. And then he come across NLP, machine learning, and data-driven approach. So he has two different approach to drive to identify the top category, the top volumes that is driving the overall 3 lakhs or approximate 25,000 support tickets into his business function. So number one is human-driven approach, and that is the historically that's what keep happening into service delivery and contact centers. And number two is data driven and machine learning driven approach to let the data speak rather than we invite all the stakeholders. Let's have a collaborative workshop, go through the different emails, go through the different voice calls, go through the different chats, and come across the top driver, and still that is not proven. So Murthy has is very much conviction, and he fasted about overall machine learning and AI, and he decided to go with data driven and machine learning approach. And he said, let's data speak rather than my own team on human driven approach works. So now this is the approach Murthy decided. So let's learn what exactly Murthy followed and what happened. So let's try to understand from technology, from the AI, from the NLP perspective. So the first thing first, and by the way, this is called machine learning, unsupervised learning, where unsupervised learning automatically used to cluster all the similar kind of tickets and come across the top 5 or top 10 category and the drivers where maximum of the time people are talking about those categories. So let's try to understand. The first thing first, is required to mine the data and store the data, pulling the data from the different sources. And at this moment, what Murthy did, most of his data either comes into Salesforce or that comes into the ServiceNow. So he decided, and his data science team decided to take all the 6 months of data, approximate 100,000 support tickets into the database. So the first thing, 100,000 records all the support tickets, including the solutions that comes into one smaller data set. After having this data set, this required pre-processing, cleansing of the data, and this is natural into any machine learning project. This required lemmatization, vectorization, cleansing of the data, removing all the stop words, removing all the unnecessary duplicate record. This happens. This stage is called the pre-processing, and Murthy has suggested his data scientist team to do this pre-processing. Once this pre-processing is done, then this stage comes to overall feature extraction and NLP processing, because whenever we are going to deal with especially the text data, NLP plays a very vital role. And this required actually the feature extraction is nothing but finding out the right features or the right category where a lot of people are talking about. So feature extraction is done, and essentially this has picked up all the features, all the words that has the right emphasized into the document. Once this is done, then the last and the final step is applying the right set of algorithm. And as I discussed with you, that here we are going to apply, and Murthy and the team has decided to use the unsupervised learning in order to let the algorithm explore the data, let the algorithm explore the entire support tickets and figure it out what are the top 5 or maybe the top 10 category that is actually driving the problem, that is actually driving the maximum number of tickets that comes into the service delivery. And here one of the most popular the algorithm that I would like to discuss with you today is called LDA. So LDA is latent discriminant the analysis, the allocation algorithm. It's purely deep learning and unsupervised based learning that used to take it up the feature extraction and figure it out the top 5 category or top 10 category. So that's what the Murthy and the team did, and they come across the top 5 category, and that is the category where most of the volumes of the ticket that comes into his service delivery. This is fantastic. Murthy and team, they are able to come across the top 5 category where they can go and attack. They can go and attack in order to solve this mysterious problem. And this is how we should be driving in order to identify the top 5, top 10 problems. But now, this is fantastic with the Murthy and team. And I'm sure that this problem exists across. It's not only with the Murthy, it's not only with what the challenge we are talking today, but this across horizontal, across wherever you will see front office, middle office, or the back office, it exists. So now, what is in it for you? Today, I'm giving you a challenge. So the challenge number one, that what are the similar kind of use cases you may think or you can imagine that can be automated into your business function. And number two is how can you leverage and what the feature of the NLP and LDA you can leverage to improve or reduce the overall resolution time of the customer ticket. How can you do that? So let's take this challenge, try to build the knowledge capability, go back to the business function and solve some of the business pain point. This is all fantastic. So by the way, you are taking this challenge with Madan, and I'm helping the project managers to transition their career into RPA and AI space without any coding experience. If you like, please subscribe to my channel. In case you love this, please comment. Thank you very much for watching and taking this challenge. Thank you.